The Toxic Table is here at Ty Schmidt and at Boston Connor. Sweet helmet, brother. What's going on here?
Thank you very much. Yeah, look, I mean, this is your typical lake trout. You know, I actually caught this thing, took it to a taxidermist, said, let me get this thing on a hat, you know, make it look like it's still swimming, kind of get the tail in there with the head still going. You
Take me to the river. Yeah, that's what it looks like right now.
Exactly. Kind of one of those. You want to frame a fish like this, and I said, you know what, no better place to frame it than right on the top of my head. So it's one of these nice little things that I have, and, you know, it's Feel Good Friday. Why not make it a Feel Good Fish Hat Friday?
I don't know if anybody's ever mounted a fish on their forehead. Let's go to Ty Schmidt, Big Ten angler at one point. He said he caught that thing. What do you think he was doing? Was he doing any tricks, any slips, any sleeps? What do you think he was doing to pull this trout out of the lake?
I doubt it. I mean, he says lake. I'm thinking this could have been a stock pond somewhere.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. You know, kind of
Really?
catch and release. Because we're not exactly. I mean, this isn't. You know, for the layman, this isn't primetime fishing season yet. Still really cold. You know, you're only
Went down the south.
I ain't the layman. You know? I ain't the layman.
You're only going to
Sorry.
see the diehard anglers out there. What kind of bait you use to get that thing?
You know, a fish hook. Just
Yeah, that's there.
A fish hook on top of another fish hook. Okay.
He actually quadrupled it. He was just dragging it around water. And he actually, it was like a net almost of hooks that he got that particular.
Had some hot dogs, you know, learn man a little bit, a little hot dog, but spit in the water. You know, people don't know you spit in that water. Here comes the trout, you know. So
what hole did you find out? You knew the spots on the lake?
Yeah, you know, you do some research, you know, fishhole.com. And make sure you spell that right, folks. Don't spell that right at home. Yeah, you don't want to spell that wrong. But
that's the thing that fishermen do is as soon as they find a hole, they want to report it for everybody else to know.
Yeah,
exactly
bingo. Well, it's a deep dark web. Another thing you want to spell correctly when you get on the internet. But
do you want to buy fishhole.com? I think you could right now. We just searched. It is available on GoDaddy if you would like to purchase it.
That's because you spelled it wrong.
It may be for sale, fishhole.com.
That's because you spelled it wrong, and I'm not going to say how to spell it. Because if I did, then all of a sudden I'm giving out all my best fish holes.
Is there a T in there? Yeah, okay. So nonetheless, the fish looks absolutely very normal.
Thank you.
And then you got an octopus down there as well?
Yeah. That just kind of came together. You know, the shirts are typically...
You're a real Aquaman today, huh?
Yeah, well, to be honest, the octopus shirt, that just came together. Holy shit, I'm wearing an octopus shirt and I grabbed a fish hat because closet, you know, I didn't turn the lights on this morning. I just grabbed a shirt and let's hit the road. You know, let's get in there.
Yeah, did you buy that?
No, you have to buy the hat and then catch the fish. I just assumed you guys...
So that, once again, that used to be a fish. You took it to a taxidermist.
Yeah, taxidermist, you know, hauled that thing out and I told him, like, hey, can we keep the fins. And
did you put any weights or lures or extra fillets inside of that trout so it would weigh heavier like those dudes in Ohio did that are currently in jail, I think?
No.
Federal penitentiary.
Yeah,
I wasn't competing. Normally, if I was competing, that'd be a catch and release. You know, this is just more so fun fishing, which I do all the time.
Yeah, and you're just like, show me your fish.
Yeah, bingo. That's one of the better fishing songs out there, you know. And I'll listen to Hootie as well just to get into the
artist
fish.
formerly known.
Yeah, of course. I'm in the Blowies, Hootie and the Blowies, not just Hootie.
No, they're blowfish. Fish.
Yeah,
we're talking about those.
Exactly. But I wasn't listening to anything like that. This was just a little casual.
Oh, so you were just out on Tuesday night.
Bingo. Just hanging and banging.
Getting away from the family.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting away from the world.
Yeah.
Just going out there and angling a little bit out on the water.
Screaming fish on solo. You know, that's how I like to relax.
Ty, you were a Big Ten angler.
That's right.
When do you get out? When do you find time to get out? And how come we don't have any fish hats from you?
Well, because, you know, if you're a real angler, you ain't doing Mickey Mouse bullshit like this. And
what?
You know what else you're not doing? You're certainly not baiting your hooks with hot dogs. Okay?
That's because I'm old school. That's because I'm old school. Sorry. Sue me. I'm an old school guy.
How old school? Did you use a rod or?
I mean, look, for some of them, not for all. This was a rod catch, but I mean, I was.
Somebody gave me, you know, because throughout college game day, you get out of the South. You go to a lot of different places, experience a lot of different things. Yeah. Somebody gave me this fishing contraption that was just like basically a hand. They're just pulling it out of like their suitcase or out of their bag.
I like that.
And it's just like a handheld thing, like for a small little.
I got one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
I got one. Yeah, that's a good little thing. That is more so the pond fishing. You know, I'll break out the hand if I'm going to a pond. This was a full rod situation.
Were you on it? Did you have a boat? You have a fishing boat?
Nah. I like to stay on the shore.
So you went to the lake and you fished on the shore?
Well, I mean, it depends. It depends on where fishing.
Got it.
Depends on where.
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, lakes all the time. Yeah, you can fish. I mean, you got to find the peninsula of the lake. But I mean, look, the fish hole that I was looking up that I found on the internet.
It was within a cast.
It did not require a boat or a kayak. Now I typically use a kayak. I'm not a boat guy. I don't want all the fishes to know where I'm coming in from.
Yeah, the
kayak I can kind of
you sneak up on them.
Yeah, I can disguise a
Canoe?
little bit.
Ever
I can get
canoe?
into those. I can get into those tight holes, that are in the corners.
Yeah, we know
sometimes.
you're able to get into real tight holes.
Yeah, well-
just by looking at the hat.
Yeah,
You know that.
I don't think I've seen
Joining
those
us
in a while.
now. Yeah, we're joining us now. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a college football national champion, a Super Bowl champion, a Ryder Cup winner. I assume not an angler. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk. Hawk, are you an angler?
Yeah, you would assume right. I'm not an angler. I'm not scared to fish, but I've said on here, if I'm not catching anything in the first 5 to 6 minutes, it's going to be tough to keep me around.
Some of the worst moments of our entire professional career, for me at least, was when we were out on Lake Minnetonka and we were ice fishing in a shed, and I didn't catch anything for 2 hours, and everybody literally was catching fish all around me. Now, it was cold out there. We walked past some wolves, I think, to get out to the hub that we were at in the middle of Lake Minnetonka. I was promised a fish. I pulled a swordfish out at the end.
Yeah.
Huge.
With about 4.5 hours into this thing. I was supposed to be there for about an hour and a half. I couldn't catch a fish. And it could have been worse, I guess. Remember, Ty Schmidt was shitting in an outhouse that had no roof on the frozen Lake Minnetonka.
Yeah, it was an awful night. An awful night. Not only that, we did a podcast from inside the thing and went back to edit it when we got back, and boy, all you could hear was the wind. So that was a lot of fun doing that. Yeah, that is something. Ice fishing, more power to you if you like doing that, because we did it like the creme de la creme.
We had a little TV monitor.
Exactly, but boy, did that fucking suck, and I will never do that again. That is for sure.
Ice fishing is, hey, let's go drink 35 beers in a tent and catch little baby fish every once in a while.
Correct.
Yeah, in a shed on ice.
Yeah.
I went ice fishing with my dad when I was growing up. Tim, big angler. Tim's walking creeks. He's got the waders. He's doing the entire. I mean, he's out there. Has no idea that there's potentially holes that he should maybe try to find where there's actual fish, but he's going to snoop around. He's going to cast around. He took us ice fishing, and there was no shed or anything. It was just open lake. Open lake, and you cut the fucking.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You do the entire thing to cut the hole. And me and my brother and dad are all in the same hole there. And I guess I got fed up with it. I'm done with it. I head back to the car. I find a thin piece of ice. I go in.
Oof.
I go into lake. Keep keys, though, for Tim's car up above. Because, boy, you lose keys, you're in a real bad spot, especially after you're in the lake. Tim McAfee comes sprinting across the lake, grabs me like one-handed, pulls me out, gets me wrapped up in blankets, tosses me in the car, turns it on. Everybody on the lake is worried, coming over to check on me. I look like the biggest asshole of all time. So it's like me and ice fish. I've gone twice. That time and then the Minnetonka time. And it has been absolute failures both times. Fishing's not easy. That's why you need that Van Dam wrist. Or you need to be able, whenever you catch a trout, you put it on a hat.
Yeah, when you lock eyes with that trout, you know if it's meant for a hat or not, and I just knew.
Had no idea you were a bass fisherman as well. We got pictures of Connor in the weekend competing.
Nice.
And,
Nice.
There he is.
Con, man, that's unbelievable.
I didn't want to bring this up, okay? But
Just hands.
Yeah, I dominated this weekend. It wasn't even close. Those guys with weights, I wish they were around still, because I would have kicked their ass too. But yeah, it was a good weekend. I appreciate getting some Nitro ZS or Z5 in there, one of my favorite brands. And of course, as always, I wouldn't be fishing without Bass Pro Shops. Go visit your local one today. Naturally, I was driving one of those beautiful whalers out on that deck. And if we could also give a little love to my favorite shades, of course.
on the fucking chest, Toyota,
I
GoPro.
can't see it. I can't see it. Toyota. Shout out. There it is. Yeah, mustard, of course. And I had a GoPro on my.
Don't forget Bushlight.
Bushlight, one of my favorite pints always. And GoPro, yes, I will be releasing a series with them, and naturally a quantum fishing. Love working with them as well. But yeah, Toyota Corolla, that's the vehicle I drive, and that's the vehicle you should ride.
Yeah, absolutely. And that Mercury boat is the one.
You think they only make Corollas?
Mercury boat. Go get yourself a Mercury today. They also make kayaks, as I mentioned earlier.
That's right. And I believe this is actually Van Dam. This is the greatest of all time that we put your face on.
Well,
that's why there's 30 sponsors.
That was me. I don't know. Van Damme, his time's done. It's my time.
Okay, shout out to you, Con Man. You out on the water, your Aquaman day with that octopus. That's next, right? That's next.
Yeah. Well,
there's Mr. Van Damme. He's the greatest of all
They
time.
photoshopped Van Damme on there.
What's his name? Kevin or Keith?
Kevin.
Kevin Van Damme.
Michigan legend.
He's invited me to go fishing a couple different times.
You should
He's
do
awesome.
that.
No, but I want to tell him, like, buddy, I'm not the guy, pal. You know?
He is the guy. Though.
6 minutes
So
with
you
Van
will be
Damme,
catching
you're the
fish.
guy.
Yeah, he's got some Lee fit in him.
He does have a little Lee fitting to it, doesn't he? I see a little Lee in there, little handsome Lee.
No doubt.
My thing is, like, this guy always pulls fish. Always.
Yeah.
I get out there on this guy's boat.
No, not with Van Damme.
Those fish know I'm there. I don't know if they get smarter when I'm around. I don't know what the case is, but getting out on Van Damme's boat will certainly be a dream come true.
Yeah.
And shout out to Toyota getting us out there.
I love Toyota and Mercury boats.
Corollas.
I was trying to tell him while he was talking, I'm like, look at the
I couldn't. I'm trying to look up there, but the fish head's so big. I
Fully
can't
loaded
see
Corolla you got.